Good morning, if indeed it's morning where you are and morning when you're watching this. I'm here feeling like I look a little bit fresher than I did for yesterday's one, end of the day, in my comfy clothes at the end of the day. So welcome to day 10 of these energy transmissions. I'm kind of excited. I don't follow numerology deeply, but I kind of like playing with the just the fun of how numbers are. And so to be transmission 10 on the 22nd of the 2nd feels kind of cool. So today it's going to be about easing resistances. Easing resistances. So it's funny, it's a question that came up this morning to ask in my community about what resistances they've experienced and moved through, and seen how actually what's on the other side of resistance is exactly what was wanted, is really beautiful, is very aligned, and yet for however long we held resistance to it, we put up barriers to it, not consciously, not choosing, obviously, or else if we knew that, I mean, if we knew what was possible beyond the resistance, we wouldn't have collected it in the first place, and we would just let it go. So and the context for me, of course, was doing these transmissions. I used to have so much resistance to anything called spiritual, certainly anything called religious. I saw that as the same thing as spiritual, and I thought it was all just nonsense and pointless and useless. I had so much resistance to anything that was classed as woo-woo or weird or different in that way, you know, any kind of ceremony or ritual or any of that kind of stuff, which I still don't do, like, it's not my thing, but I don't resist it. Like, all those years of being against something, it's like, what was the point in that? And in fact, as the resistances have dropped, then that's what's made it possible for these transmissions to happen and to be sitting here today, and transmissions being one of the most loved parts of my work. So and we see it in tiny places as well, like little bits where we used to resist certain people or certain experiences or whatever, and then seeing how when we clear up our own psychological confusions, because that's the only place resistance comes from, then we move on and we move through, and we discover there's a whole beautiful world on the other side of whatever resistance was appearing before. So today's transmission is in support of easing any resistances you might be experiencing right now. It's very normal when we're in the awakening process and the enlightenment process. As the system unravels, as the system returns to its natural state, we come up against and we're invited to see and move through these false barriers we've created. And it can be uncomfortable, it can be difficult, it can be disruptive, it can be turbulent, it can just feel hard. So the intention today isn't to, this is very unlikely to clear all resistances, because it is a large group session. It's making it right for many people, it's good for many people, but it will support the easing of any resistances you're moving through right now. As always, if you've not joined me before, follow the links in the description to make sure you've got a yes to this before you start. You understand what you're doing, you understand how it works, you understand what's involved. And as always, those who are used to these, just do that quick check in with yourself to make sure that you've got a yes to this specific one today. And just as a reminder, these are good on the replay, the same as they are being here live. So that is all good, because thankfully energy knows no bounds and has no concern for human constructs of time. So 15 minutes again today of our transmission time. Thank you for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Gently come back to your body. Sit there for a bit longer if you can. And I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Lots of love.